We are about 15 miles north of downtown Miami. This is Hard Rock Stadium here in South Florida. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Houston Texans and the Miami Dolphins. Tirico next to the great tight end, Greg Olsen. Glad you are joining us for this one. And off we go from South Florida. A couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
So anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force third down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. So it's fourth down, punting time. Ethan Evans to do the honor. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. Punt team comes out. Dolphins going to kick it away. Jalen Knoll deep for Houston. And he's going to lose yardage on this return. Tried to retreat, but is covered up. From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. First carry now for Jaden Blue. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35. So, from the 36, it is first and 10. A run once more with Blue. And he'll take this up past the 40, up to the 5. From the 41, here's second and 5.
Brings up second and 5.
Again, it's Blue. Maybe a couple there. It's third down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats, and that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
That one caught by Noah, and he's going to get awfully close to the first down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short. They'll go. It's Blue, and he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on fourth down.
You know, Mike, I'm all for being aggressive. There are definitely times where you have to go for it on your side of the field. I'm just not sure if at this point in the game, this was one of them.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's complete. It's Jaylen Waddle. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
15 yards on the play.
Waddle's first catch. Good for a first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Let's go now.
Now, faking the give. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Back to the air once more on second down. They get this into the hands of Devon Achane. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. A big-time play for the Dolphins. And even 30 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
And he'll take it on in. Devon Achane. Touchdown, Miami. It's his 4th rushing touchdown of the year.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Nothing is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want a defender return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. They'll start this on the ground with Blue. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
It's a gain of 18.
He'll go play action with Stroud. Exiting the pocket right. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, and it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. He was looking for Jaylen Noel that time, and it'll be second down.
Here we go.
Austin brought in motion. On second down, they're going to run the option here to the right. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
A 2-yard loss brings up third down and 12.
From the gun here on third down, it's Stroud. And that is incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down? It's something these teams stress all week. There's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit the field of play and continue out of bounds.
Ready up. Let's go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That one out wide to Achane. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Here's a run with their tight end.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. Third and short, fourth and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
And he thought about throwing it away, but he can't get rid of it, and that's going to go down as a sack.
I understand what he's trying to do, Mike. He's thinking, can I extend this play? Can I get out of the pocket and buy some time for my receivers? But on these early downs, that's a ball that just needs to be thrown away.
He'll drop to throw. The second down throw is incomplete. Looking for Devon Achane coming out of the backfield. And it'll be third down. They'll set up to throw. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. And we'll bring up fourth down. Now Miami going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. Here's Ethan Evans now. He's on for the second time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. From the 35, it's first and 10.
Here we go.
The drive starts with a carry by Blue. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and
On second down, Blue. And that'll give him a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
4 yards.
So after 1, 7-0 is our score. And we're back in South Florida after this. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Again, here comes Blue. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at their 48-yard line.
Now some movement up front. Flags down. Mistake-filled first half continues.
Uno. All right. Hold on. Hey, Uno Mars. Nike taxi.
A second down throw for Stroud. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He's got his man. That's Noel. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
And the Texans first down.
On first and 10, here's Stroud. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
That's another Texans first down.
On the hand. blue. And that one's going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss.
Well, on the back of the previous play, Mike, we saw him have some success through the air. They tried to change it up with a draw, but the defense wasn't having any of it. Didn't sell out for the pass. They're able to stop that one for a loss.
Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. A throw on the move is caught. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9. And third down coming up.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Yeah, Stroud. He's got his tight end. It's Loveland. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. That's to the end zone where it's incomplete. What a job in coverage, muscling that one free. It'll be 2nd down now.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late. It's probably a touchdown.
2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Straight ahead, it's Blue. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
Here we go. 18. What's that?
To throw is Stroud. He's got it at the 3. And he's in. Jalen Knowles. Touchdown, Texans. His 6th touchdown now for the season.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
Pass's kick is good. And the Texans will level things out at 7 apiece. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. Here comes the return from a yard or 2 deep. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
23-yard line.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. To the right side here, pass is caught. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Truth be told, the tight end probably would have been better off dropping that ball. But let's talk about this corner. Not only diagnosing the play, but being physical enough to bring the big tight end down for a loss.
Back to throw. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
And that sideline just cannot believe their guy did not come down with that play. I mean, that's as easy as it gets. I frankly don't blame him. I mean, that's a play at this level you just have to make. Your teammates are dependent on it.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Street, street. Trap 60, go street. Let's go.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Searching for some kind of seed to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. Fourth down coming up. On comes the punter now, as he's on to punt for the second straight drive. And he didn't get the check he was hoping for in that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchdown. They run straight ahead with Blue. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
On play action. Stroud. That's going to be incomplete. Good work as the defender bodies his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
Go. Oh, hey. Tony. Where's the hot?
From the gun, here's Stroud. And that is incomplete.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that third down incompletion, kind of throw.
And now, will you look at this? It's a fake. That is down the field and caught. And they will finally bring him down, but what a call there. The fake works, big yardage, and the first down.
They pulled out all the stops on that fake, Mike, and it's one thing to call that practice. But then to have the guts to call that and execute it in a real game, I mean, that takes some real confidence, and it worked out to perfection, and just an incredible play all around.
And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down.
Well, Mike, you know the old saying, the more tight ends on the field, the better. And in this case, it worked out perfectly. A lot of big bodies on the field, hat for a hat. Nice job there by the back, picking up a good game.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches.
Hey, kick. South.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Loose inside the 30. And he will score. Jalen Knowles. Touchdown, Houston. That is second touchdown of the game. This one number 7 on the year. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He's going to elect not to bring this one out. Probably a wise decision, as this ball comes out to the 35. Try again here. Second and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time. We'll keep this one on the ground. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. The Dolphins going to use their final timeout here. Clock will stop just under 30 seconds to go in this second quarter.
47-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
He'll look to throw. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
This is Blue. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Tyrese Knight in on the tackle. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their second. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime. Here's a 2nd and 9. Stroud to the left side into the hands of Collins. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35. Stroud connects with Collins. And it's a 1st down for Houston.
And that 1st down was huge for this offense. Now they can take a deep breath. Focus on trying to put a late scoring drive together before we hit the halftime break.
Here we go. We speed left, speed left. 11. Hey, uno.
Stroud to throw here on 1st down. Flat taken in by Knowles. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Texans going to use the last of their timeouts here as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this 1st half. Down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Look the hot. 118.
Stroud going to set up to throw. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Smile London. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Stroud's pass intercepted. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
70 Timberwolves.
And they'll elect out to run another play. Instead, just take a knee, take this on into the locker room. So we reached the intermission. It has been an entertaining one to this point. Back with the 2nd half in just a moment. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there.
Oh, and Tony.
On the ground, it's Blue. How about that? Quick feet there. Made a man miss on his way to a nice pickup of 7.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll run with Blue. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
And loss of 2 yards.
Stroud to throw. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line. It is a big-time play for Houston. 41 yards.
It's not a coincidence, Mike, that the best offenses in the NFL are all excellent at yards after the catch. It's a combination of a few things. A highly accurate quarterback and the ability of the scheme to get open players in open space. Once you do that, the rest is up to them.
A run with Blue. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
12 more yards. That's another Texans first down. A gain of 12. First down.
Blue going to get it again here on first down. And he is out of bounds at the 2-yard line. That is a gain of 15, and now it's first and goal.
A chance here for this back to really show his speed. He saw the room on the perimeter, and he was able to get around the edge. Thought he was going to get right to the pylon. Comes up just short. Down near the goal line, sets up first and goal.
Trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short.
Leads to second and goal at the 2-yard line.
Blue, and this is not going to do it either. Stop for no gain. And just like that, it's third and goal.
Lost a yard. It's now third and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. Good blocking, and he's in. Jaden Blue. Touchdown, Texans. He continues to score TDs at a remarkable rate. That's now 26 for him in 1 year. The extra point by Bass is good. And the Texans will take a 21-7 lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 2. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's taken in by Achane. And they'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here we go, Sam. Panther 60, Panther 60.
They'll run this one straight ahead with Achane. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 2 nice play calls here to kick off the drive. 15 more on that one. 1st and 10.
At the 41-yard line.
Now they'll set up to throw. That one down the field, but they cannot connect. And it's incomplete.
And this is really just more of the same that we saw in the first half. They have made it a huge struggle in the passing game. I mean, just no easy completions, no open space. Every single ball has been contested, and they've done a great job all day.
Oh, a nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Certainly not how they drew it up for his first catch of the game, but he's on the board, and I think the hope is continue to go his way, and next time, let's try to pick up some yards.
And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And that one bounces off the crossbar, but it goes in. It's good. And the Dolphins cut the deficit a bit. The new score is now 21-10. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 3. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here we go.
They'll go play action with Stroud. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 34, here's 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And that is incomplete.
All right, so in these 3rd and short, 3rd and mediums, we're kind of seeing teams around the league, Mike, kind of start shifting to more of a run-down philosophy where they say, okay, even if we don't pick it up, we still have 4th down. So many teams around the league are playing with that philosophy. In this case, they keep it in the air, falls incomplete, just brings up a challenging 4th down decision.
Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. The Texans set to punch this one away. They'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. Gets this away, and it's a good one. Angling toward the sideline. And that's going to work out well. Out of bounds, and they mark it inside the 5-yard line. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. And here's the first carry for the power back, Dameon Pierce. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
At the 10-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. That one out wide to Achane. Running free at the 45. Inside the 20. And he will dive into the end zone. 90 yards. Touchdown, Miami. A huge play there. They go in the air. We only see a few touchdowns of that length all year. They go from backed up to in the end zone for a touchdown.
It is, Mike. In this case, most teams are saying, let's just pick up a 1st down. At the very least, give our punter some room out of the end zone. But not this guy. He's thinking taking it to distance, and that's exactly what he was able to do. So they decided to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
They're on 35-yard line.
They'll put Loveland in motion. On 1st down, here's Blue. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that might have even lost a yard there.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports.
On the quick, right? 18.
Second down throw for Stroud. That's into the hands of Jaden Blue. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Oh, now flags come in. Looks like movement up front, and third down just became a lot tougher. So, after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long.
18.
To throw, it's Stroud. He's got his man. That's goal. It'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
First down, Houston.
South. 18. That's it.
Here's Stroud. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
From the 34-yard line, here's second down and 4.
Here we go.
Now Stroud. Now a screen set up for Blue. And it'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. If he gets a yard out of that one, it's second down. Forced to his right. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
From the gun here on third down, it's Stroud. And he will score again. Jalen Noel. Touchdown, Houston. 3 touchdowns for him. Numbers 6, 7, and 8 on the season. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Pass is hit, is good. And the Texans will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Tyler Bass set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. And there'll be no return forthcoming, so the ball comes out to the 35.
35-yard line.
Ready up. Come on. Set. Count.
On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. Not much there, maybe a yard.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get. The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to
That's over the middle and intercepted. It's the safety, Jalen Petrie.
Here we go.
It's first down, and they'll run. And a good run there to get him 5 yards. ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
A run once more for Blue. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to get the football, and they'll have it just past the 20-yard line.
At their own 21-yard
After
line.
playing pretty well the first 3 quarters, found themselves nursing a lead. It's a bad time to get the turnover bug here, Mike. I mean, that's twice now in the 4th quarter they've turned the ball over, and instead of being in prime position to close this game out, they're fighting for their lives.
That keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. Two timeouts still left, but scoring quickly here, a must. It's 1st and 10. Now a screen set up for Achane. And he'll be out of bounds as the first down completion nets about 3.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go. Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
They'll drop to throw. Out to his right. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, we're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. Now he'll work his way out right. Open man is Shaheed. That's complete. And he will have a Dolphins first down as they get the conversion with a gain of 14.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target. And it'll bring up 2nd down. They'll look to throw yet again. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away. Kamari Lassiter, hard off that cornerback spot, gets in there to record the sack. Going to need a big play now, 3rd down and long. Blitz coming, he'll throw it. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
This will wind up a turnover on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
The Texans is going to go ahead and use their first timeout here. Stopping here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
Here we go.
They'll try and run right on the option. I don't think that was going too far either way. Defense right on it. They hold him to no gain. Now Miami going to use the second of their timeouts. They'll stop it with a little over 30 left in the game. This one all but over. Here's 3rd down.
On the quick, right? Let the hot, let the hot. 18. That's it.
From the gun, here's Stroud. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there. Make things difficult defensively. It sets up 4th down.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
That one's on target, and it is good from the other side of midfield. One of the longest field goals in NFL history. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Here we go on the return from the 1. He'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop.
At their own 21-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Ryan, Rocco 80.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. Flush to his right. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. It's the safety, Jalen Petrie.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull up any sort of comeback.
Handoff here, up the middle. And he'll be taken down. We'll see if they want to use that final timeout or not. Things are pretty much spoken for.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now, it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. He'll start at the 2. Oh, that's not going to work out at all. That is a safety.
Safety.
So it's a win for the visiting Texans. And make that a 5th straight victory as they're looking tougher and tougher to beat every week especially heading to playoff time. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.